are live. Episode 31. How's everybody doing today?
Loving life.
Good for Monday.
Can't believe it's already August.
Oh,
Yep.
Man, no kidding. We are 3/4 of the way done with 2021.
Dang. I didn't get near as much shit done as I thought I would.
which means Christmas isn't far off, right?
It's time to start planning for gift giving. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Start losing daylight. I think tomorrow, maybe today, tomorrow. Days start getting shorter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it the equinox already?
We got Miss Janet, hello. Laura Bruno, Nicholas Pouliot, Fish with Bish, Hooked Up
Hey,
in
what's up?
Backlash, Jerry Toner, thank you. You like that? That's pretty.
Yeah, look at that shirt. Man, y'all see that shirt?
you wear that well, Grant.
You see that shirt Stanley Orchard was wearing in his video he posted today?
No, what was it?
It was the best shirt I've ever seen him wear. So you have to check that video out for yourselves and see.
I'm going to make it a goal of mine to get as much blood as possible on as many of these shirts as I can.
That's a good goal. That is a good goal. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Wild Game
Christina?
Pursuit.
Brad Atwood, nice to see you.
Andrew, Brad, Christina,
Laura
Yeah, I
Bruno.
like that.
I haven't seen you in a bit.
Joseph Grohl, good to see you. Yeah, I like the motto on the back of that shirt Stanley was wearing in today's video.
Yep. Fish now, work later.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm.
So we know Stanley put out a video today that was magnificent. I mean, Rachel just tore it up.
Yeah.
She has been on fire this year. She has been tearing it up. And thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. I'm not going to lie. This is what I would consider my best one I've ever been able to do. Thanks to her.
Yeah. It was a good video. Enjoyed the a lot. Hooked
If
Up
you-
Backlash. What's up, man?
People on the side chat, if you haven't seen that video, go to Stanley's channel, click on it, and watch it. It's a dandy. It's a really
It's a
good.
good one. It is a good one.
I appreciate that.
I mean, what really
Yeah.
made it was the shirt he wore, but other than that, it's still a really good video.
I got shirts from I got a shirt from John. What started that whole thing was a couple of months ago. I don't remember what started it, but we had a day where we were streaming on my channel and we got a bunch of super chats, and I didn't have any way of sharing that, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna, I've got to divvy it up one way or another because this was all of us doing this together. So John, I bought one of your t-shirts. I don't think you guys had shirts available, Grant and Steve. I ended up making shirts to wear for those. I've got them around here, but they're dirty at the moment. But so I ended up dropped a few super chats along the way on that. Although Steve, I actually owe you. I still owe you for gas. We'll talk about that later. But
No.
that's where that whole thing came from. I'm like, you know what? I've got these shirts. I'm gonna start getting them dirty in videos. That's gonna be a goal of mine.
I could tell you guys how to get a Haul and Ash shirt, but I don't think you'd like the price tag that goes with it. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it.
We only made so much in super chats.
Yeah. It wasn't that
We're
much.
not making a living off of this here, Steve.
Well, he's gone. No, I can see his reflection in the thing in the background there. Nope, he moved now. I can't see him no more.
I like that Leinenkugel sign, by the way.
Yeah, that's the one I could see his reflection in.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've had Leinenkugel red. What's up, Shannon?
Miss Shanae, good to see you.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a video in the pipeline. It's done. It's just got to be released. It'll probably be tomorrow morning. I got to go fishing this past Thursday, and man, it felt good because if you've been paying attention, I ain't had my boat out in months because I've been doing that fuel repair stuff and dealing with house stuff and this, that, and the other thing. And so I finally got that done. So that'll be another video coming down the pike. And if we have time later, we'll talk about what's going on with that crazy video. But yeah, so got at least one coming out tomorrow. Then after that, well, Team Haul and Ash shirts.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
That's a jersey.
You can get those, but you got to get a hold of Jerry Toner because she orders these. I hate to tell you how much they cost, but thank you, Miss Jerry Toner.
Are those available at fishingcompleteinc.com?
Honestly, it's G2 Gemini makes these jerseys, and she had, because I'm on their pro staff, she had these made up with the things that I wanted on it. You know, hummingbirdcrappie.com, Case Plastics, Angle Cooler, Mercury Outboards, RT, Rod Trees. So that's my jersey, fellas.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I need to I need to get in touch with the guy that does your tees, your trees for your boat. I want to look into getting a set for my brother-in-law.
I will get you that.
He likes those.
Yep. Rod Trees is the company name. It's Brad Bartolone is the guy that owns it, but I will get you his contact info.
Yeah, you can get me that info too, because Leonard was interested in them too.
Okay. They make several different kinds. I will find you the website, because what I've got is the staggered, like 45, 35, and 30, the angle of the rods. And some people like 40, all three of them 45. So I'll get you guys that info.
Cool.
You know what I would like more than that is if you made a video about that product and the options available with links to how we can, you know, get purchases on that through the website, so that I could send that video to my brother-in-law. He could send it to his friends.
I'll bet you the guy that owns Rod Trees would like it if I would do that too. I'm on his pro staff too, so I probably should do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea right there.
So Jerry Toner says we have them custom made. Hit me up, guys. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
We gotta make a whole lot more on Super Chat before
Hey,
you
David?
guys pay for them things. They're beautiful. Thank you again, Jerry.
Cheers, gamer.
I could do that, Stanley. I could do, but the problem with that is I've only got the set of Rod Trees that they just recently sent to me. The ones that they sent to me the first time, I gave those away to a friend, so I don't have the two different options. All I could do is I have now currently.
Yeah, but just explaining it, you've got pictures that you can put. You know the product. Like I didn't even know that they had different options on the angles. And you having used the product, it's easy enough to find a picture that you can use. Just you explaining it is, you know, extremely informative. If you just put what you said right now into a 3 or 4 minute video, there's a lot of value in that.
Yeah. To the viewer and to them.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Grant, what you been up to, brother?
Work, hotness. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hot.
Hot. Yeah.
I tell you what, Thursday when I went fishing, I was off. I reeled my lines in at 9:50 in the morning because it was already blazing hot. Yep. And I went ahead and just ran the boat one end of the lake to the other and back just to, you know, get a good run on her. But yeah, it's hot. I got the bimini up, which I hate fishing with that bimini because you'll see when you watch the video, it gets in the way. It makes it tougher to fish. But man, I wasn't going to sit out there and get heat stroke.
I am not a fan of biminis. Rachel and I have been talking about boats, and one of our big contention things that we're both agree on is the T-top.
Yeah, I can add a T-top, but what I want to put on it is around $2,500 to $2,800, and I just can't justify that.
When we all went out on Gray, I brought the bimini top up, but Stanley says, "Oh heck no, we can fish in the rain." So we never put it up. I brought it in case, but you know, Stanley, he's a tough guy. He ain't gonna let a little rain, stop him.
We wanted to fish, driving by you guys. We're driving by, we're like, they're not even putting up the bimini. Look at them guys.
Real fishermen don't use biminis.
Whatever.
Just get in my way.
It does in the case of the type of fishing that we were doing.
It does, definitely.
Yep. Jerry Toner says Rod Trees are all aluminum, powder coated, great for salt water. There you go, Stanley.
That's a different. See, out where what we're doing, we use outriggers.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, a little bit different ball game. Now I'm intrigued on that because I'm curious if there isn't some options on that might benefit us, maybe in a jumbo.
Or maybe he could look at, because so if you don't know what outriggers are, typically they're mounted up on the T-top, right? And you can turn them out, and they're long post fiberglass or something like that you can put lines out on, right? To spread what you're trolling with, saltwater. Now, people who don't have those, I forgot what they call them. Outrodders. Right. And it's
outrodders.
It goes in your rod holder on the side of the boat, and then it extends out with rod holder, right, Stanley? Mm-hmm. So maybe if he can make those tees, maybe that's another market he could jump into to look at something like that if he wants to expand.
I can tell you that Brad, the owner of Rod Trees, would welcome the idea of anything that you want to have custom made, because I told him what I had plans on doing with mine coming up out of a set of tracks. Instead of just the rod trees, I wanted to come on up with like an arch over the top so I could put more rod holders up top and also the American flag right in the middle. And then what I wanted to do was be able to swing those rod trees in when we come into a dock, but swing them out when we're using them, and then also be able to disconnect the whole thing, put it in the boat so I'm not going to hit any overpasses on my way home type of thing. And he says, you got an idea, I'll make anything that you want made. So Stanley, reach out to him if you got something custom you want made. He'll be able to do it for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm in need of a shark cage. And that's what I hear when you say that.
Shark cage. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
So, dang, fishing.
That does make me curious about that, though. Cool. Those because, like you said, they use those outrodders, and I would think that like we don't have that setup for the. We just troll with the rods out. We don't have a very big spread on my dad's boat, and I don't know if we would go for a very big spread. But if we wanted to, it'd be neat to have some options available. And my other one on that too would be on our jumbo, which I'm looking for a motor for right now. That is something that would be interesting to be able to get some kind of spread going on that too.
Boom!
Hey,
appreciate
you. Yeah, there he is.
There you go, guys. $5 closer to those fancy jerseys.
Going better. It's going better. Danny Baker.
Yeah, we got Danny Baker.
Mark J. Larson, good to see you.
Got a crew.
Jerry said visit the website. Brad has those outriggers too. He's a salmon fisherman.
Yeah.
He does. Okay.
Yeah, I bet that would work well. I will check that out.
Yeah, we'll have to get that website from you there, Mr. Steve.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Very cool. So what you guys got coming up? Hint, Grant McIntosh. Stanley, what you got coming up,
I am going to the beach Friday. I'm not going to say which beach, but I'm going to a beach. My son, he starts back to college on the 16th, and I'm on call the week before that. So this weekend coming up just happened to be a perfect weekend to take him to a beach somewhere.
Some beach somewhere.
Some beach somewhere. I love it.
Let's take a moment to review the conditions in the area down here. I'm looking it up now.
Appreciate you, Stanley.
Because I believe, from last I saw, the conditions in this area are going to be pretty nice for next week.
End of this week? Yeah, Christina, I hope you get to.
It's hard to tell at the end of the week, but so far throughout the week, it's supposed to be good. We're close enough. We might be able to get some insight on the weekend now, though.
Yeah.
There's always Miami Beach, Grant.
Yeah, Miami Beach is a lot further. I don't even know how far that is. A&J, drinks on John tonight. Cheers.
Cheers. I had to beat them guys with their $5.
So I got to ask,
oh.
How do you guys do that? Because, I'm the guy that don't know how to run a computer. That's why I don't participate in some of this stuff. How do you guys send the money deal? Is it like a PayPal account, or how do you do that?
Google.
Let's walk him through the process of a $25 super chat right now.
You see that $sign underneath where you can chat, where you can type
Nope.
in a chat? Are you
Nope.
looking on YouTube, or are you looking on the duck thing, StreamYard?
I'm on StreamYard.
Oh,
Okay, you won't see it.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Jerry Toner,
wow.
$50. Get you guys some jerseys. Whoa! Whoa!
Cheers, Jerry.
Are you from
Boom.
Jersey? I'm from Jersey.
Something a little stronger for that.
There you go.
Wow!
Wow. All right,
That's
there goes my
great.
piddly $10.
Half a jersey for somebody.
Pepsi time, $1.99. Love it, Mohawk.
Okay.
Heaven's
So,
Gate Cherry Farm, good to see you. Mohawk News Station,
Man.
Pepsi.
$1.99.
I gotta be on.
I gotta say, hey, Mohawk News Station is the coolest YouTube channel name I've heard in a long time. Whatever you do, it sounds awesome.
So before Jerry hit us with that huge money, you were talking about how do we do the donate thing? Obviously, I'm on a screen that doesn't have it, but if I did have it, then I have to be linked to it, and I have to have money like into a PayPal account or something.
Well, you should be linked already through your YouTube channel. You're linked into Google. So if you have account information in Google, if you click on that little $sign underneath there, it should bring up something saying how. And if you haven't linked anything, it should let you know that.
Yeah,
It'll show,
mine
yeah, you hit that button. It'll show you your options. Either like I doubt you have credit card information stored with Google, but if you do, it'll come up. If you don't, you'll have the option of you can type it in if you want to for a one-time deal. You use PayPal, and then they go through like a verification thing that kind of sucks. But if you make it through the verification thing, when you hit send, then it'll go through.
Christina, I hope you get to feeling better. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I go through PayPal. Fine.
I think I do too.
Oh, NBA's in the house.
NBA.
What's up, man?
Logan!
Cheers, brother.
Here's to my bearded buddy.
Yeah, really the only thing that I can say I've done outdoors related, I did check my trail camera Friday. I had a couple decent bucks on there. So
Nice. It's always good to hear and see.
And we were talking about the possibility of us doing a hunting trip up in Wisconsin this year at Thanksgiving. And like a week after we were having that conversation, after all the traveling stuff that we did, got word that my brother-in-law lost the lease. He had two. He was going to let me try one, and he lost it.
That sucks.
Yeah, that hurt.
That sucks.
Looking for another one, though. I don't mind putting money into one. That was one that he was already doing.
You want to come to Michigan?
Part of this is going to be like a family deal. Mm-hmm. I am all about coming back to Michigan. It's just on this one around in particular. It's supposed to be a little bit more of a family thing. The reason being, like, I'm not even really interested in. I mean, I'm interested, but it's not about hunting for me as much as that's what Rachel's family does. Hunting, period, bar none, is what they do. That is what their entire year revolves around. And she has never been hunting with her dad. So I'm trying to make that happen.
That's cool.
yeah.
Very cool.
Gary says, ask my son Chris, he'll show you how. Yeah. Or my grandson Aiden, I'm sure he could figure it out.
Sure.
Yeah, I want Aiden to figure it out.
He'll be here tomorrow. He's with me this week. Maybe I'll say, hey, show me what I got to do, buddy.
Yeah, give Aiden your credit card information. We'll have Aiden show you how.
Yeah. We'll help walk him through it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man! So recap what we got so far. Stanley's got a really good video out there. He just put out today, folks. You get a chance after this live stream. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I've got one that'll probably post tomorrow, and then I got that fuel issue one coming up. It's something that's never happened with me with YouTube on their end is an issue uploading a video, but that how-to video is like 34 minutes long. It's a big one, but it's a lot of information. I had to cut a bunch of stuff out that I thought would be good, but I just cut it out. But when I uploaded it, all of a sudden at about 26-minute mark, the audio and video are not synced anymore. I go back and look at my MP4 file, you know, that I uploaded on my computer, and it plays perfectly fine. So I uploaded it and deleted it 3 times. And the last time, finally, I contacted YouTube. And the first gentleman I talked to, you know, they're really super overly polite. You can tell they have been trained to make sure, you know, not to upset you. Because he's like, I understand how frustrating it must be for you to, as a creator, to create something and la la. And I'm just like, well, let's get to fixing it. Yeah. So, but in the end, he's like, look, I'm going to fix it. I'll make the adjustments and it'll be good in about 30 minutes. So 2 hours later, I checked it. It wasn't good. So now my frustration level, because at first I was feeling pretty good. You know, it was a good interaction. You know, kudos to YouTube. But then it wasn't. So I contacted back, got a different individual, young lady, had to explain the whole story over again, which doesn't help. And then she's going to go look at it. And then she came back and said that, yes, one of her fellow, whatever they are, was working on it. But it can take 24 to 48 hours for it to be completed. So that was Sunday. So tomorrow, it wasn't completed today. I checked. So tomorrow afternoon, it should be done. If it's not, I'll let you all know. But
I can't even believe you got a hold of them.
And it's through their little chat thing online. It was really simple.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, you know, I'm used to dealing with like internet providers where the minute you say you're having an issue, it's like, well, it must be your router. It must be your this. It must be your computer. It must, you know, they just want to pawn it off on you. And I was waiting for folks to do that, but they never once did that. They owned it immediately, right? And said they're going to fix it. So we'll see if it gets fixed, and I'll let you all know.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's a common bug or something that happens. If it is, I haven't seen any notifications about that on my end, so that would be kind of interesting.
Same here. I went back to look because I thought, well, maybe that day that I uploaded it, there was some kind of issue because, you know, every once in a while they have issues. The latest one, they weren't showing proper revenue or something like that.
Right, right.
So I thought it was going to be one of those, but I've never seen anything pop up yet about it. So I don't know if it's just a fluke thing that happened to me or what.
I can't remember ever having any issues like that.
Yeah, that was a first for me. I've had it happen before when it was my fault. I went back and looked at my video and I'm like, oh yeah, I screwed that up.
Right.
It was actually a program I was using, right? When you went to upload it, it did it, but it wasn't YouTube's fault that time. But this time I knew I wasn't on my end because the MP4 file was perfect. And then all I did was upload it and it went bad. So it wasn't on this end. So it'd be interesting to see what they say.
I've seen that before where what I've seen a couple of times, and I have no explanation for it because I'm sending out a finalized file. Like you said, you know, like the video's done. I'm just uploading it. And I've had a finished product file with, I'll have that fade. The one that I catch all the time is the fade transition from one clip to another where, you know, you're doing one thing and it fades slowly into that next one. And I'll go and upload it to YouTube and then I'll be double checking it while I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff. And that fade will start to go through and it pops on the next clip and then pops right back. Like it does this real quick popping thing. You'll see it actually, I believe actually in the video that I put up today, there's actually one instance of that happening where it's going to fade and it real quick switches and then real quick switches back. And I have no explanation for why that is. It's not a part of my file, but it's something that happens in videos from time to time. If it happens for every one of them, I start over. On this one today, I couldn't. I think I downloaded that one probably 2 or 3 times for other issues, and I'd put enough work into it. It was 8 weeks ago when we filmed, so it's kind of like at this point I have to just kind of get past it now.
Yeah, I was this close to just letting this one go, but it just irks me because I put so much work in. Like you're saying, I put so much work into this one. I mean, I take you to their website, show you how to find the part numbers to get your part, all of that, a ton of work. And so I didn't want it to look like I jacked it up, at the end. But if come after Tuesday, they're like, we're sorry, that's the best we can do, then I probably will just let go, because I ain't trying to redo it. So
maybe your efforts will reward you with a great big 150,000 views like your other video did.
That would be nice. This is one of those type of videos, except that other one is just a dual battery system, the Blue Seas, that you can put in any boat. This is specific to a Mercury motor, so I automatically cut out anybody who's running a Yamaha or Evinrude or whatever else. They're like, that doesn't apply to my motor, so they're probably not going to watch. But there's a lot of Mercury motors out there.
Yeah, and that's also a product that people are kind of real proud of. If you have somebody with a cheaper one, they're going to be more incentivized to upgrade to a Mercury, if something happens to it. Whereas if you have a Mercury, you're going to be just slightly more incentivized to keep it around and get it fixed, and maybe do that on your own.
Absolutely. This motor, I've had it for going on 11 years now. So I've done a little bit of work on her, but she's doing good. I'm quite happy with it. So what else we got coming up? I know we all have talked about this, and we'll throw it out there for the audience, because I kind of feel like if anybody wants to show up, they can. In October 7th through the 12th, we're going to be down at Padre Island National Seashore. I'm going to be there. He's going to be there. It happens to be during Sharkathon also, which is a huge event for shark fishermen, shore-based shark fishermen down there on Padre Island. So that's kind of makes.
They're about to rename it.
Sharkathon, really?
Yeah, they're going to rename it Stanleython after I'm done with it.
There you go. See, there you go.
Oh, Monica, I can't type, but I see your thing. Hello to you too.
Hey, Mom.
And then this guy over here might come down in October, so that would be.
Dude, that would be so fun. That's going to be a pretty time of year to be down here.
Yeah, it is an awesome time to be down there. So if anybody out there is in the area, we're not going to provide you with lodging and free meals. But if you want to come down to the beach, or if you're actually going to be in Sharkathon, right, fishing Sharkathon, and you're down there, look for us, right? Any of my videos, you see my big goldish Dodge Mega Cab, probably have a camper behind it. Hopefully, that's what we're going to be staying in. Stanley drives an old ugly Chevy. Oh no, you're using the Dodge.
I might have both. We'll see. Yeah. And we'll probably have a camping. We will be camping out for Sharkathon. We'll be camping there, so I'll probably be camping. I'll give you privacy, but we're going to be in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
And we'll have a nice, probably mutual kitchen setup or something along those lines. Also, that is going to be. I have to get surgery this fall, so we're going to cut our season of fishing content short, and I'm ending it with Sharkathon. That will be the last video that we film for this season 4 of videos.
Anything you want to talk about or no? Right now.
I've got a hernia that I've had for you're okay. Yeah. So anybody in the chat, if you want to have a good laugh at my expense, I've had a hernia for a little over 8 years now, and it's just getting bad to where I can't even just go through a regular day. And I wear like a little belt thing to kind of, hold everything in place. And I'm tired of doing that.
Had a surgery. I had the navel hernia or whatever it's called.
That's the one I got. Yeah.
I had that surgery too.
I've had 5 hernias. And
I've only had 2.
One of them was umbilical. That one probably hurt the worst.
I've got one now.
Yeah, afterwards, because they put all that netting in your stomach.
Mesh.
And it's like I
don't think they do that anymore.
Well, this has been 10 years ago, but I got like a sundial tattooed on my stomach from where the different incisions were that they put the air in to blow up the stomach cavity and then put the net in. And anyways, it was like, oh my gosh, probably 4 or 5 days that I couldn't hardly even turn over. Anything that your body, you use that part of your body for,
Abdomen.
oh man, it just killed me.
All right, so
That's
mine
great
was
to hear.
probably 5-6 years ago, and it was a small incision, and it's still mesh, but it's just a little thing of mesh, like under your navel. So there's a little spot I can feel, and I can feel something. But other than that, it healed up fast, and I didn't have as much pain. So hopefully, Stanley, for you, it's even better than that.
Yeah, I hope.
I'm hoping.
Through the pain that I did, because it was not fun.
Now you
I
gotta
let
have
mine
back
go
in
for way too long. I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit more of the Steve experience.
Hope not.
I hope not, though.
Got another one going on now in the groin, but that doesn't hurt unless I really, really overdo it. So I just try not to really, really overdo it. I don't want anybody.
Yeah, see, that's my problem too. I'm putting on weight. Like I did okay through the whole COVID thing, but I'm packing on the weight now, and I can't do it. Like I can't really do any work around the house or anything that I need to. Because I'm at the point where I'm very careful about it. I don't want to stretch anything out any further than it already is. I'm just trying to get through until the surgery now.
So you have your first surgery on video, Grant?
Yeah, I had my first one was double inguinal and laparoscopic, and then the second was double inguinal and the cut. So yeah, the laparoscopic's on video. It's VHS.
Wow. VHS.
Yes.
When you say the cut, that's like a vasectomy cut or something?
No.
Well, the first one, they just went in like a little hole, 2 little holes on the side and one under the belly button. And then the second time, they cut like that much down low.
You had both of those surgeries. That was both for hernia?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, how many hernia surgeries has this board collected?
I've had one.
We got a pretty good. Daddy Duck, what's going on? Good to see you.
I've had 5 hernias, but they were able
How about
to.
Everybody in the chat? Anybody else in there that you want to add to the count?
Right.
I had no idea it was that common.
Right. Good to see you, Matt.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mine was 97 and 99s when I had mine.
Wow.
I was young. I wouldn't want to have them now.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I don't know anything about it. I'm hoping that they put the mesh in there because I have that weird mindset where, like, when I went and had talked to the doctor about it to get the diagnosis, and I knew I had a hernia. I knew what was going on. And I went in there, and he has to check. He has to make sure it's not a tumor and everything else. He was checking it out, and he confirmed it was a hernia. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be this and this and this. Kind of laid the whole thing. I was like, well, hold on a second. Since we're getting, like, I don't do doctors and I don't do surgeries, and this is not something that, like maybe once every 10 years I'll opt to get something done when I need to, when it gets really, really bad, like right now. And I said, but if we're going to do this, I want to go 110% in. So what are some upgrades I can get on this experience? Can we, maybe scoop some of the other stuff out? I want to get plus sold on this whole experience. He turned me down on that one. I don't know why. What's up, Playing Hooky?
Hey, Playing Hooky. Good to see you here, man.
Yes, we got to get up there, all of us, with him on his boat.
Yeah, that is another conversation I dearly want to have. I was talking to Rachel's family about that. We want to do that.
Well, I'd actually messaged him about this weekend to see if he had anything available, and he had a midday on Saturday, I believe it was. But he mentioned that he'd like to get all of us up there in June.
Perfect timing. God, that is perfect timing.
Yep.
We will be up there in June. I can almost guarantee it.
Short trip for me. All I got to do is get in a boat and go across the pond over to his place.
There you go.
Do you cross the lake in your boat?
Not my boat, but there's a ferry that goes from Muskegon to.
Yeah, We almost hit that ferry. You're the reason we didn't hit that ferry.
Yeah,
the one that goes to
Manitowoc, Manitowoc.
Yeah.
Playing hooky will probably tell us what it is. But anyways, I know there's one that leaves out of Muskegon, and it seems like there's another one that's further north, and it goes across to Wisconsin. Manitowoc to Ludington. That's the other one. Yep, Ludington. And then there's one from Muskegon somewhere. But see, I could just get on the boat and go across. Wouldn't be a big deal for me at all.
Ooh, Daddy Duck's got four surgeries, 4 hernias under his belt. Ouch.
Yeah, playing hooky. They wore him out this morning. I'm sure the people that fished with him today was happy.
Yeah.
Muskegon to Milwaukee. There you go. Oh.
Gallbladder. How many people here have a gallbladder?
I do.
I
still got mine.
Let's see.
I had to have back surgery, but
yeah,
back surgery and hernia are going to be my 2 big ones.
Had back surgery, of course, as a kid, the old tonsils, appendix got taken out. Had elbow surgery like 5 or 6 years ago. I think that might be about it.
Some of that stuff is the stuff I'm holding on to. I probably need shoulder work at some point, and knee. That's just something I've suffered through with that for so long. I just don't even care about it anymore. I had a concussion, and I never even went to the doctor for that one. I wish I had, because I get terrible migraines now.
Mohawk News Station says, make sure everyone pushes the thumbs up button before you leave their live stream.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Daddy Duck said past kidney stones. That's one thing I've never done, but I've heard all about it and don't want to ever do it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Done that. Judy has, and it's really painful.
Oof.
You've done it twice.
Oof.
I've heard the stories enough to know that I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Exactly.
All right,
What about LASIK? Anybody here get LASIK? What were you saying, Grant?
I was just telling Playing Hooky, thanks for stopping in.
Appreciate it.
Oh.
No, I wear contacts, but I haven't done LASIK. I'm scared.
Yeah, my mom, she wore glasses and contacts for probably 40 years, and then she had LASIK and helped her out.
I hear all the great benefits, but the idea of something holding my eye open, not putting me unconscious, and something doing something in my eye, I just don't think. I think I would freak the hell out. Too. Yeah.
Just drink it. You won't care.
Yeah.
That's how I got like my first couple of tattoos. I didn't even really need it. Like the pain, I was kind of good with anyway. But I hit it that direction. My the reason I asked about the LASIK thing is my eyes are totally good. Like I got good eyes. My hearing ain't for nothing, but my eyes are good. But Rachel and Savannah have the worst sight that I've ever seen in any human being ever. They can't see anything. And my dad had LASIK, and my mom had LASIK, and my dad could see real well after he was done. My mom was weird. She went from not really being able to see too well to she could see, like she could spot dimes at like 50 yards. She couldn't see up close very well, but all of a sudden her far away vision was just like dead on.
Ben's saying, and I've heard this, he had LASIK several years ago, had some light sensitivity issues for years, but now his eyesight's bad again. He's back in glasses, and so those are muscles in there. And as you age, right, even with LASIK, as you age, so to me it seems like go as long as you can before you get the LASIK, because once you get it, it's gonna deteriorate again eventually, But if you're already, as old as Steve or something, it wouldn't matter. So. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, Steve. I had to get one old joke in there.
Get them while you can.
Even though I'm right behind you. What's funny about tattoos, I didn't get my first tattoo till I was 50 years old. I spent my first I spent 20 years in the Army. first 4 years in the 82nd Airborne at Fort Bragg. Went to the tattoo parlor many a time, drunk with my buddies while they got tattoos, and I just never found nothing I wanted to put on my body. So I just never got a tattoo. And then finally at 50 years old, I got the old fish hook in the arm tattoo. And then
I like that tattoo too.
I think at 56, I went back and got my, you can't hardly see it, but it's my unit crest from when I was at Fort Bragg. And then I want to, in the fish hook area, I want to work in my mahi-mahi since I finally got it. And I want to work in my blue marlin. But it's just like Grant's mounts. When I see something that's a tattoo, yeah, I'd love to have this tattoo. And then they're like, $4 or $5, whatever, $100. And I'm like, I could buy a lot of fishing gear with that. I think I'll wait on the tattoo and get more fishing gear. I
revise mine. I spend years planning on what I want. I'll come up with an idea and revise that idea for 4 or 5 years before I get it done. And it's been years since I've had one. I will say, when I turned 30, my brother was doing tattoos. Peter, I wish he was here, but he was doing tattoos for a while there out of his house. And so when I turned 30, my dad and him and pretty much all of us, we got a hotel down on Padre Island and got ripped on Port Fireball, I think it was. And so it was like the big dirty 30. Peter had his tattoo stuff there. We were, having a good time drinking. So my dad and I both got an anchor on our arm right there, just because it was a quick and easy thing that Peter could freehand. And that was his first tattoo. He was in his 50s when he got that. He was not a tattoo person. When I turned 20 or 19 or something like that, I got my first tattoo, and it was the one that I had to hide from my parents. They weren't allowed to see it. They couldn't know about it. They didn't know about it for probably 3 or 4 weeks. And then went surfing one day at the beach, and all my stuff's kind of on my back, so I forgot that it was there, and they saw it, and that's when I had to explain myself. I was in trouble. And so it was funny when I turned 30, then all of a sudden it was like, let's just have a bunch of drinks and get tattooed. And now it's turned into a thing for Peter and my youngest brother Luke, same deal, where when you turn 30, you get the anchor.
That's cool. Make it a tradition.
Mm-hmm. I have one I wish I didn't have. I don't know if I should get it covered up or just leave it there. And I wasn't drunk when I got it. It's just I thought at that time it would be cool to get.
What's his name?
No. Zing! You did not get Chevrolet tattooed on you.
That laugh in the background.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
SS396.
Oh man. Ouch.
I dig it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
retro.
When my 69 Chevelle, we were going to car shows. That was my thing, was muscle cars. And I'm glad that I went through that stage. I had a lot of fun. There ain't nothing like horsepower, but I outgrew that stage, and it just doesn't fit me anymore. I don't have that car.
Still drive Chevy, so it counts.
True. Just not
Shannon says her kid tried to hide her first tattoo from him by wearing a sock around the house. She had to pin her down and rip the sock off. Yeah, my first tattoo was on my back. I was a fan of, the Sublime beach person. And so I had my last name on my back, like the Sublime deal. And so it hid well with shirts and stuff like that. I was totally fine, but I did a lot of surfing, and when we're at the beach, anytime we weren't wearing shirts. I think it was just like the shirt just came off immediately whenever we're out there back then.
Well, I'm glad I didn't get one back in the day when I was at Fort Bragg, because the kind of shit young paratroopers got was, I would be embarrassed to have on me now. Kill them all, let God sort them out, death from above, all those kind of things. That was cool back then when you're a young, type soldier like that. But man, at 50-something years old, it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, see, that's why I like taking a couple of years on mine. I don't have any that I regret.
Same here.
I'm good with what I got. I got no problems with it. I got these on my arms. And I would have gone a different direction because that was also a drunken night when that happened. And the artist did not follow the design layout in particular that I gave to him, like the color scheme and stuff like that, because we had a lot to drink. But the lines were straight, like the lines on the from the points of the stars. I can't see it because it's on reverse for me, but it basically makes a straight line, like they connect.
So you're
I
saying
appreciate that symmetry.
so the person who is doing the tattoo was getting drunk with you?
No, he was all right. He was a weird guy. I was getting smashed.
I was gonna say that would probably be a bad idea to have your tattoo artist.
I think his issue was that I wanted a certain color scheme, and I don't think he had all the colors that I wanted. So he was trying to sell me on other colors. And as the artist, I was letting him do his thing.
Mark Larson, I don't think I'll ever outlive Horsepower Stage.
Nice.
There it was.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let me highlight you there, Steve. I can do that.
Probably kick him.
Not me.
Steve, who is that? That's look.
What happened,
He broke the internet.
Well, anyway. Oh,
There we go. Figured it out.
Nice Chevelle.
That is pretty.
What is it? 69?
Yeah, it's a 69 396. We sure had a lot of fun with that car. We went to car shows everywhere. I got a bunch of trophies. I got a write-up in a magazine, Chevy High Performance. Oh, I don't know what year it was. But anyways, it was written up in there.
Cool. Buddy of mine at Bragg had one we pounded around in. I had an old Pontiac Le Mans convertible 69. That thing was a lot of fun while I had it too.
Mm.
I had a neon. I had an old 1990 Suburban, and it was it was a bored out 6-cylinder diesel.
Oh my god!
Not a sports car, but it had that big that big 350 engine in it. I loved that Suburban.
Shannon, I have a very nice farmer tan. Very nice.
Yeah, driving the Lady Magnet back in the day. Yeah. You know what's funny about those cars is, I don't know about the ladies because I was already married, but the police officers, you have a roadblock or something, and you think you're going to get stopped, and they just say, "Hey, nice car," or the cops would come into my yard at like 2:00 in the morning because the neighbors would report me for doing burnouts, and they'd come in. And we got to report. Your neighbor says that you're doing burnouts, and we just got to follow up. And I said, well, there's the car. Go ahead and look at it. He says, well, if it was me, I'd be doing burnouts in it too, and away they go. So,
Daddy Duck had a '68 International Scout. Those are actually pretty cool. I like the old Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
82 Chevette does count if you drop some type of V8 into it.
My brother bought a Chevette. It was funny. He had a 68 Dodge Charger. Was it an RT 440 Magnum?
Jesus.
It was a hell of a car. And he got married the second time, and she insisted that they get a family car. So he comes home with this damn, I don't know, green Chevy Chevette. And all I could do, honest, I was about 16, 17 years old at the time, and I seen that car, and all I could do is laugh on it. And I says, you lost your freaking mind. Why would you do that? Well, it's a family car. It's just bullshit. Your Charger was more of a family car than that Chevette will ever be.
They didn't have minivans back then.
Well, he didn't keep the wife very long either, so. Really
Nice.
Old Omega. Wow. Man. Had some cool vehicles.
I had a '84 Cavalier convertible. Was my first car.
Convertible's all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was
One
600.
of the first ones that it was how much?
$600.
Oh, that's a steal.
My very first car, when I was still in high school, was what year was it? 72 or 73 Ford Galaxy 500. Man, it was a boat. It had 351 Cleveland in it, and boy, did I dog that old car out. It was a boat. But those things you could smack into 10 trees and keep driving. They're armored. Where nowadays vehicle, you hit something, you're done.
That's exactly. I'm sold on that. Like that Suburban we were tooling around in when I was in high school. Our senior prank, we lived down a dirt road, dirt cliche road. Like it was a 3-mile drive down a dirt cliche road. My parents' log cabin where we were in when I was in high school. And so they ended up paving that road or half of it. And then my senior year, that's when they finally put in road signs for a dip in the road and for a turn here. And there's like 8 different turns. All of a sudden, we went from living down this really cool little dirt road to now it's got road signs everywhere, reflector signs on everything. So my senior prank that year was to go, and I hit every one of those with the Suburban at a slow speed so that every single one of them was at a 45-degree angle all the way down the road. I was 18. I mean, I didn't want to, I had to make a point, but I also didn't want to do too much damage to anything.
We used to,
but you could do that with an old Suburban. Nowadays I would be afraid of that being an $1,800 bumper job.
Yep.
We used to fling beer bottles out the window to see if we could hit those signs.
Get your timing right.
Yeah, you get pretty good after a while. You enough lead time to throw it out there. And bang, got that one. Until you throw it through a marquee by mistake.
Oh,
shattered.
Not good.
My first car was a 55 Chevy. That tells you how old I am.
And that was brand new when you got it, right?
Yeah, right. 55 Chevy, and then I had a 69 Mustang. And then after that was a 79 Ford truck. So went to trucks.
What's up, Freezer Bound Outdoors? Good to see you.
Yep. Good times back in the. Holy crap! It is pouring rain here.
The beer bottle sign game. Yeah, the beer bottle sign.
It is pouring outside. You getting any of this rain down there, Stanley?
And it's sunshine with a little bit of a breeze. Although I keep hearing there's supposed to be storms coming through.
We've been getting rain all day long today. Just a nice, steady. Every once in a while, some thunder, but pretty much just a nice, steady rain. Now. It was sunshine an hour ago, and I just look outside, and it is pouring out. Crazy weather.
You must have had just a random thunderhead come over or something.
Yeah. We got rain in the forecast till Friday.
Oh, really? I don't think we do. Although, Grant, I will say, I'm looking at the surf report and everything. Just be advised. And this is, okay, so welcome to South Texas. This is how Texas is with absolutely everything. It is going to be absolutely perfect conditions until Friday night.
Oh.
And then the surf kicks up Saturday, and it gets surfable on Sunday.
But in Texas, again, that can, between now and then, that can move forward into Thursday, or it can move back Sunday, Monday. So you don't know. That's
you're right. One tropical storm will totally just decimate 2 days out, one could just pop up, and all of a sudden everything sucks.
Right. Southern Blessed Homestead, I'm glad to hear that. His worms are still alive.
Nice. How are yours doing, by the way?
I was going to say the same thing. I ain't heard nothing about them in a while.
Yeah, Hooked Up and Backlash says it's raining in San Antonio.
Yes, right now.
They're doing all right. I need to make a video, but that probably won't be this week. So
you don't want us to hold you to it, huh? So, Steve, you're probably going fishing tomorrow or the next day. You don't know it yet.
Nope, I'm putting down. Remember, I texted you guys and told you I was tearing out a rotted floor today. I got that rotted floor all tore out, new flooring, new 3/4 inch OSB put down, 1/4 inch on top of that. So tomorrow,
$5 stuff.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to start laying down vinyl plank flooring in that area. So I won't be going fishing tomorrow. I'll be working.
Day after.
Yeah.
We'll go this weekend. I'm thinking we will. Yeah. If my dad doesn't need me to go do something again.
Go right around, get them tractor out of the field.
Yeah. That was a cool video, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I just I know my time is short with him, so I try to do some things with him. So today, when I got done with tearing out that rotted floor, I went over to see him, and he was coming up with his four-wheeler, and he said, "Well, let's go sit in the barn for a little while, cool down." Well, how about we just get in the truck and go for a crop tour? So he was all for that. We took about a 25, 30-mile ride, just looking at crops, soybeans, corn, and he's commenting, that used to be so-and-so's place, and so-and-so, it's just fun for him to be in the truck and go for a ride, because I know those days are, he's 96. Who knows how many more of those we're going to do?
Yeah.
Those stories that he has to tell you need to capture as much of that. My grandfather's war stories are some that they beat any book I've ever read in my life.
I would love to put a camera on him without him knowing it, and him just talking. The problem is that my father he's not politically correct, let's put it that way, and sometimes the F-bombs fly. So it'll be a lot of beep, beep.
Sometimes there's more important things. I'd say let them fly.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. I agree.
Wild Game Pursuit. I just dropped a bunch of money today, but should be some awesome content for early October. I'm going to guess it has to do with hunting.
Could be.
Drop the link
Good
for
luck, man.
Steve's farming channel, that Angel Side Farms. There's a link in the chat.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
Hey, thank you, Grant.
He has earned it. You're right, Janet. He has absolutely earned it. And not even YouTube should have any kind of say in that.
Yep, I agree. Cheers to that, damn it.
Cheers.
Yeah, you guys know me. You know how my language can be at times. I'm soft compared to him.
All right, Matt. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
We winding down.
Getting close. We got a few minutes left.
Yep.
You got any more videos coming out this week, Stanley?
Yes. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind your opinion, your 2 cents on this. I have and going in blind, okay? I'm curious on you. You'll understand the mindset. So we did a lot of shark fishing before we went up to Michigan. And, I had the videos where I had the family down from Wisconsin. We did all that fishing. They went back to Wisconsin, and then we went up to Wisconsin. We went to Michigan. But just before we did, we took one day that happened to be the best day out of that entire week. And Rachel and I went and did some shark fishing on the beach, and we did really good. That video will be coming out next week. Later this week, though, so when I filmed that, I filmed the shark fishing video, and then I filmed a video that I put out earlier this week about how to fillet sharks, because it's kind of strange, but I actually get asked, several times a year about, how to fillet a shark and whether it's worth it and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. So I went ahead and made a video about it. Well, I also did a video about how to do the jaws. And by the time I was done filming that, like, you have to take into account, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I went shark fishing after a week of fishing. I had this last trip. I went shark fishing, caught a bunch of sharks, got home, filleted these guys down, and made a second video that day about it. And then I made a third video about how to do the jaws.
I want to see that.
So I was a little bit gassed when I filmed that last one. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should scrap this and maybe start over, next time we get one. Should I put a little bit more time and effort into making this something special? Or is this like a tutorial where it's like, yeah, it's okay, you can be tired, just, the video itself is worth it? I'm on the fence. I don't know what to do about that.
I want to see it. I've been waiting
let us
for that.
Put it out, and if it's a failure, just do it again.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it.
Let us watch it unlisted first.
I can do that. Okay. I think I've got it unlisted. I will put it. I'll put it in the group chat.
Cool.
Steve,
Cool.
you gonna go through that footage with Jerry, or?
Yes, I do need to get to that. I really do. We had a good day. We put 29 walleye in the boat on Saginaw Bay. With nothing to sneeze at. You know, some nice. There were some that were 13 and a quarter. There was probably 3 or 4 of those, but then we got some nice big eaters too. They were all good quality fish. And I just got to put that together and get a video out for everybody to see.
Sweet.
Where do y'all lunch from when you do your Saginaw trips?
That one we went out of Sebawang, which was when we went up to Gray, you know, we were like here. Well, Sebawang is down into the more of the tip of the thumb.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's where this guy.
I'm gonna start doing that with Texas. You know, you have Corpus Christi, and down here is Port Isabel and Houston.
There you go.
Must be like
See,
that.
we can do it in Michigan
That or
with 2 hands because you got the. How do I do this? Got the lower peninsula, and somehow you got the upper peninsula too. Oh,
All right.
Anyway,
John, you got a video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be out tomorrow.
All right. Then next week we're going to be at Stanley's.
I
Do it.
think yes, I think so.
I think so. It's been 3 weeks since I've done it. Unless Steve is up for it, it's mine.
No, he's not.
you guys know that. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be here next week.
Well, we are past our time of 1 hour. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know these other 3 guys, their links are in the description. Next week we'll be over at Mr. Stanley Orchard. Thank you so much for watching.
Have a great night, guys.